Renting a share house. Share housing is a common form of rental housing. Shared households are popular with students because they can provide an opportunity for an independent lifestyle in a shared environment. They are generally also the cheapest housing option. People in a shared household usually lease their property from a real estate agent or landlord. The properties range in size and condition and are organized around the house rules set by the members of the share house. Each person has their own bedroom to furnish, whilst the bathroom, kitchen and living room are common areas for everyone. Generally, share households share the cost of rent and bills. The purchase of food and cooking arrangements vary from household to household. Some operate by everyone contributing to the purchase of food and groceries. Other households operate on an individual basis with an additional shared fund for items such as toilet paper and washing detergent. If you want to establish your own share house, you will need to start a tenancy with a real estate agent or private landlord. You can also advertise to find tenants who will rent your house. Rooms in share houses are usually advertised online through the housing services at various universities and on real estate websites. On some websites, you can place a wanted ad to try and match your needs to what others may have available. The advantages of sharing a house are: you can try out the apartment before you finally decide to live in it by renting it for a short amount of time. You don't have to save for the deposit of a house. It's a good opportunity to get to know people and make new friends, along with how renting works. You don't have to pay a mortgage, and you don't have to pay all the money yourself if you are renting a share house, which decreases the rent needing to be paid. Also, you don't have to pay for maintenance. The disadvantages of renting a share house are: you can be blamed for certain ordeals. If someone leaves the share house, you will have to pay more unless you find someone to fill the rent. You may not be permitted to keep a pet in the rent house. There might be certain restrictions to what you can do. You have to pay a bond, which is non-refundable, in order to compensate for any damage, and it's usually not a good place to have a family.
Regulations. If you rent a share house, there are a few rules and regulations that you must follow. These include to keep your room clean and tidy to live in. Be aware that you should be given a copy of the residential tenancy agreement and the condition report and the new tenant checklist. You must be given rent receipts if the rent is paid in person or receipts made available to the tenant. Payment. The tenant will have to pay a certain amount of money to the rental bond board after signing the rental agreement with the landlord. This is known as the bond. This cost covers the repairs from any damage that you have made after you have left and also any rent that you have not paid. You will receive the leftover money of the bond after it has covered unpaid rent and damage. Rent. The landlord might increase the rent if they give you the correct written notice of 60 days. A rent increase is allowed under your tenancy agreement. However, if you believe that the rent increase is too expensive, then you can negotiate this with your landlord. Some tips for finding a new housemate or share house are: spread the word. By spreading the word and telling friends, families, and relatives, this allows you to trust them and have a good knowledge about their behavior. Log on. Various social media networking sites such as Facebook or Twitter can be very convenient at this time. By creating a page on Facebook and inviting friends to like this page and giving details about the share house can make people aware of this event. Most websites such as www.gumtree.com.au and www.housemates.com.au offer a free listing service. This means you can post an ad for free on these websites. Go local. Create signs and posters to put up around the local area for more attention. Interview and inspection. After you've completed the following steps above, you can plan and organize an inspection for the people who are interested in this offer. Warnings. There are many share house scams where tenants get ripped off by fake rental property. You should always be aware of this and take caution in what you're doing and never give your personal or banking details, as this can lead to big consequences. Also, be warned and make sure you are told about the easy escape routes in case of a fire. who to ask for more info. You can visit the Tenants NSW fact sheet for more useful information, as this site assists tenants of private rental housing, social housing tenants, boarders and lodgers, and residential park residents. You can also visit the legal situation, as this gives you great advice and knowledge you need when renting a share house.